You might have seen something like this outside of your window last night.
Keegan sent us this video from Dorr. First of all, the lightning show was amazing, but the wind was also blowing the rain sideways.
Quite dramatic. Storm Team 8 tracked winds over 70 miles an hour, spawning a number of radar-confirmed tornadoes.
We have meteorologist Matt Kirkwood near Martin, where the radar detected a possible tornado. Matt, are you seeing signs of that this morning? Even though it's a little bit dark, have you been able to see that?
Yeah, George and Teresa, we're live in Martin right now, and you can see we're at North Main Street and Lee Street. And last night, one of many actually tornadic circulations that occurred happened right here in town. I was talking with Blake Harms, and he mentioned that the National Weather Service will likely do at least 6 surveys examining just if and when there was a tornado. By the way, let me show you some of the damage out here. You could see a power pole behind me bent over. I can almost touch this power line, which obviously I will not do. So it gives you an idea. These power lines were pushed down, and also on my left-hand side, I had my truck focused on another massive branch down across the street. So that's just part of the damage in around town. We did a little loop, and it's pretty extensive here in the Martin area. Let's take a look at some of those radar imageries as that storm came on shore last night, where you see the deep green heading towards the lakeshore. That is very strong winds that impacted the lakeshore areas, and many locations had winds, peak wind gusts such as Grand Haven at 70 miles an hour, Saugatuck 67, Holland 58, but topping the list was actually Battle Creek at 76 miles an hour. Overall, you could see that debris ball out there in the Martin area. That's where we currently are, and that debris ball is kind of a signature of a tornado moving through the area. It picks up debris, and then radars now can pick that up. Now, going forward, you'd think we'd get a little bit of a break, and we kind of are, but we're still in a small risk for severe weather this upcoming evening. But by and large, the much greater threat is going to be south of us, and Scott's going to have more on that coming up. I'm Storm Team 8 meteorologist Matt Kirkwood, live in Martin, Michigan. Back to you.
Well, hey, thank you very much, Matt. Be safe down there. And as we look at future casts, should be a pretty quiet start to the day, anticipating some sunshine, very warm temperatures, similar to what we experienced on Thursday. Highs this afternoon likely to lift into the 80s. Now, once we get into this evening, you can see that we will have some more clouds begin to cross in from the west. There could be a couple of pop-up isolated showers as we approach 6 o'clock tonight. As we continue forward into the overnight period, 9 p.m., you can see that we have a flare-up of some more substantial thunderstorms. Then at 9 o'clock, as you can find down near Battle Creek once more, Coldwater, and then northwestern portions of Kent County moving west into Ottawa County. Could be some heavy downpours, perhaps some small hail, and some wind gusts exceeding 40 miles per hour. So this is nowhere near the strength of what we experienced last night. Even still, make sure that you are prepared, as we do expect to see perhaps 1 or 2 isolated stronger storms happen. There at 11 o'clock, you can see we stir up some additional thunderstorms before it looks like we clear things out. As we get into Saturday morning, we will have some ongoing lighter precipitation for tomorrow. Cloudy skies. It's also going to be a whole lot colder. That'll be the headline moving forward through the 8-day forecast here. So again, later on this evening into the overnight hours, the chance of seeing some storms. Sunshine during the daytime, the high temperature moving up to 83. 61 is all that we can manage for tomorrow. Then we dry things out for Sunday with a high of 64 degrees. Let's turn things over to Tom now with a look at traffic.
All right, things are looking pretty good out there across area roadways as we are kicking off our Friday morning commute. Taking a look up and down the lakeshore from South Haven through Saugatuck, Douglas, Holland, Grand Haven, and Muskegon. No major problems developing there, and that is the case across the I-94 corridor as well throughout Calhoun, Kalamazoo, and Van Buren County. And then as we take a look at the freeways heading into and around the downtown Grand Rapids area, no major problems developing here across the major area freeways. And we are looking pretty good. I'll have another update for you coming up in about 15 minutes. Teresa and George.
All right, Tom, thank you. And the damage certainly is not only on the roads this morning.
News 8's Cameron James is live in Holland right now. Cam, what are you seeing right now?
Yeah, good morning, guys. You know, it was slightly promising driving out to the lakeshore this morning. Skies were clear, the moon was bright, and even going through the downtown Holland area, Lots of street lights on, businesses with their lights on. It didn't seem like the power outages affected that downtown area, but man, just one or two streets off of the main drive and you quickly get an understanding for the damage. We are right now here on Post Avenue, and a few cars have tried to come around this area. They've had to turn around, obviously. Major downed trees everywhere we look. And in fact, just listening to this quiet night, you can hear chainsaws going in the distance, emergency crews hard at work trying to clear some space for cars to get through. We have downed power lines, and the power lines that aren't downed, there are trees and large branches hanging over top of a number of them. There's going to be a lot of problems throughout the morning as emergency crews look to relieve some of these areas. We have reports that about 13,000 people are in the dark now in Ottawa County, and this is just one of several areas facing widespread damage. So certainly a long morning ahead. We're going to be out here near the lake shore all morning talking with people as they look to recover from the damage of the storms last night. Now, live in downtown Holland, I'm Cameron James, News 8.